Welcome. There are two critical issues ever since we started discussing about the New World Order, which basically was a society which provides opportunity to everyone to live with joy, happiness, and evolve. Events have been happening all around us, India world in general, and India in particular. From world point of view, the World War was one hanging threat. Every day something happens. Some new nations who acquired power and money want to destabilize the whole of the nation and the world. But on the other side is India. In India, education has been one of the very critical issues which many people thought needs correction. Corruption of all types were prevalent. A lot of inquiries and declarations were done. But if the system is corrupt, however you may make an effort, corruption will prevail and continue. Second was religion. Religion is supposed to be for the peace of mind, for happiness, for a joyful living. But in India, it has seen more conflicts and problems for whatever reasons. One of the main reasons is corruption in religion. The people who do not understand religion are the leaders. The people who don't understand the education are the guides and leaders, and society is the one who suffers. But there is a new dimension, or probably an old dimension covering everything else. That's politics. India was one of the very enlightened societies which looked forward to everyone and helped everyone in evolving to the fullest scope. Hence, deliverance and Atma Sakshatkar and salvation are the words which were often prevalent and used and propagated in Indian system, both education and religion. But India became slave for various problems which happened, for various reasons which are known to everyone. But worst is this situation has not changed. Even today, the politics, there are people who want to destabilize the country. From beginning of Indian history, there have been reasons for it. Satyuga had its own reasons, but was more or less everywhere Bharatiya Sanskriti, hence not much of a problem except for minor conflicts here and there. But when Treta came, or beginning of Treta, when Maharaj Dashrath came, and then Ram came, and then Dwapar Shri Krishna came, and then Kali Yuga, where Muhammad Sahib came, Jesus Christ came, Mahatma Buddha came, and various other incarnations in the form of gurus and god forms emerged. All they were supporting was the peaceful existence which supported evolution and helped everybody to grow. But slowly, as Satyuga starts receding back, and Treta, Dwapar, and Kali Yuga started coming, the evil started raising its head and became more and more stronger day by day, to the extent today every instrument of human existence is in danger. Education, because it is being used as a tool for corrupt practices. Religion, as it is being used as a tool for corrupt practices and propagating biased views and not the human happiness, not the evolution of human being, not the true religion, but a concocted new form. And politics, which probably was there from ever since creation started, and its objective was supposed to be to serve the people, or system or organization created to serve the people, have also degenerated and has become now an organization or an institution which supports corrupt, biased views and systems. Therefore, the question today we will discuss is democracy the final form? Is democracy in India the right form? If you look at it, the political system or governance system has grown from old Attila, which was basically the kings and queens and dictators, to the socialist system, to the democratic system, and to the capitalist system. Capitalism also uses democracy as its base, but with major stress on earning profits or making use of science, technology, education for material growth. Therefore, the only system which is today is still serving the need for happiness and happy evolution is democracy. Socialism evolved from everyone according to his capability or her capability to everyone according to his or her need. It failed. Reason: those capable felt exploited. Those gaining benefits did not want to lose anything and did not want to do anything worthwhile, but wanted to exploit the compassion and the good feelings. Hence, the socialism, communism failed. Democracies are also in danger. In India, democracy is not today. It's been since ancient times. Ram Raj, which was a Treta period, is quoted as a great example. Before that, it was the rule of truth in Satyuga, where everyone served the people and society, and the rules of existence, which were part of Dharma, served the needs of the people for happy growth and evolution. Dwapar had all type of evils and all type of goodnesses, and hence the war took place between the goodness and evil known as the Mahabharat. Before the war took place between evil and goodness in the name of Ramayana, now we are in Kali Yuga, and at the two wars have already taken place: World War One and World War Two, and World War Three, which basically is being instigated for the erstwhile communist thinking, but using capitalism as their tool because they earn so much of money, they earn so much of wealth that they are not able to digest it, they are not able to live with it. Hence, they want to expand, control others, and perpetuate their thinking in the world. But in India, even in this period, Kali Yuga, the democracy was there in the beginning. Ashoka destroyed one democracy, which was a Vaishali, which was an example of democratic system, but was becoming corrupt. And hence, the ruler like Ashoka, who had power, vanquished it completely and finally established himself went to the Bauddha Dharma and established Bauddha Dharma all over the world. Hence, we had people who traveled all over and established. But fact is, India, though enslaved, still continued with democratic values, and after independence, it adopted democracy as its method of governance. Today, is democracy really working? We have three famous cases going on at this moment. One, where a filmic hero or TV hero is supposed to have committed suicide, while others say it was a murder. Suicide or murder is something which probably the forensic or police department should do that. But unfortunately, from the events in the last 2 months, it is seen that governments have got involved in covering up for whatever good reason. Is that the democracy? India has a state and center relationship. Can states have freedom to the extent that they can declare a murder as a suicide? Can they have freedom to the extent that they do not want any impartial investigation to be done? If somebody raises a question, they start raising political questions and siding with the people who are on whom fingers are raised and whose behavior so far has been totally evil and corrupt. If this is the state of democracy, and worst is they are using pen, writing in the family newspapers or magazines to denounce others, and there is no intellectual in this country who is fighting against evil. They all fight against democracy. If evil raise a question, they support, and they also criticize democracy. But when evil is eating away, they do not raise their hands. Is that the democracy we need? Therefore, the question today is this one question. The second question is the state center relationship in another state who where the murders and killings and all type of things take place but do not want central forces or central investigation to be conducted. And the third, political party for own family health is trying to destroy the whole system by perpetuating fights and evils all around. Is that the democracy? Therefore, the one question which you raised before we go for the New World Order is the democracy the right form of government? And if not, what are its weaknesses and what can be the better system? Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.